The UK has issued a review of your software and says there are significant security risks and that those risks now apply to British telecom companies that use your equipment. And they say not enough has been done between last year and this year. How damaging is that assessment for Huawei, and what material steps can you do or take to reassure telecom operators?
I noticed the Oversight Board's report was issued last night. There are some things I would like to point out. The first one is there isn't a single backdoor installed by any country in Huawei's products. The UK's cybersecurity situation has not worsened compared to 2017. I'd like to say that Huawei has the best cybersecurity record over the past 30 years, including in recent years, when there were malicious cyber attacks, none of which had anything to do with Huawei. We understand that many global firms pay lots of attention to cybersecurity and have raised the standards for cybersecurity. They're looking for reliable results, as well as a reliable process. We've worked with other institutes and we respect the result of the UK's Oversight Board. We're voluntarily making our cybersecurity more trustworthy as well. We've established a project and decided to invest $2 billion to make the process trustworthy by providing the source code.
There's a widely held view now that Australia and Canada are facing retaliation from China for aligning with the US when it comes to the case of Huawei. Do you think those retaliatory actions by Beijing are beneficial to your case, or are they undermining Huawei's case?
I'm not the Chinese government, nor am I part of any other government, so I can't comment on their positions. Huawei provides the best products and service. We hope we can bring value to those countries that choose us and to our clients. Our strategy in 2019 is to help our clients achieve more success in their businesses and to help those countries who choose us. That is our priority.
The US-China trade talks are restarting in Beijing this week. Do you think the case of Huawei is coming up in those discussions? And if President Trump was to intervene on behalf of Huawei, which he suggested he could do, would you welcome that?
I've also read this in various media and other sources, but I have no further knowledge or information regarding this.
It seems like a key and central part of this controversy around Huawei comes down to trust. And there's a question as to whether founders of the company, if they are members of the Communist Party and they've signed and taken the oath for the Communist Party of China, that they could turn around. Can they really turn around to the government, to leaders within the Communist Party and say, I'm prepared to break my oath to the Communist Party, even if the government leaders are saying this is in the national security interest, this is the interest of the country and the party to be able to get access to your systems, data, or at least the possibility to spy on other nations. Is that really a realistic proposal?
From the perspective of the Chinese government and Huawei, it's rare and difficult to have a company like us who has the capability to compete in this industry globally. The Chinese government hopes that Huawei can generate more tax income and create more jobs, in particular for industry professionals. If you take inappropriate actions, like the US or Australia, those actions compromise the Chinese government's plans to boost GDP and create jobs. We have over 90,000 employee shareholders. Any bad actions from us would damage employee shareholders and go against management's interests. Huawei would never do that. We would never go against our basic business principles.
A strong set of earnings for the full year of 2018. Your earnings were up around 25%. What are your projections for this year, for 2019, and what are the biggest potential headwinds? Is it the campaign by the US against the company, or is it the China economic slowdown?
When it comes to 2019, we're optimistic that we'll hit double-digit growth. Despite the uncertainties in the external environment, we're cautiously optimistic about growth in our 5G business. The future of the telecom industry lies in the opportunities that 5G and future generations of technologies can provide to other industries.